Alright, welcome back to another episode of Citizen Sleeper 2. And today we're going to be finishing off this quest here. And yeah, we're just going to fly up to Nemba, which is going to take a bit because I can't fly straight there, unfortunately. I have to stop by Hyleo Gate and then fly over, which will cost some fuel, but honestly, it's fine. We just do that really quickly. We're not being hunted anymore, so we're not in any hurry, realistically. Let me just get some more Solheim data. Because I can. I forgot to do this last time, so, you know. Yep, that is good. And now we can leave to go to another place. Far Spindle. Yeah. And I can just buy the fuel from Far Spindle, refuel there, and then go back to Greenbelt. Alright, let me first talk with Nemba. Oh, he wants fuel. Okay. Well, here's your fuel. I know it's scary to leave your kitchen. Oh. We just teleport straight there. I did not realize that that would happen. Whoops. Full administrator mode, her bows are precise, her words carefully chosen, but her manner is not without warmth. Nemba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone but with a wide grin for her benefit. Uh-huh. We'll look at the homework's growing things. You aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion, Sleeper. Optimistic plans. What did Aki offer? It's a regular supply of cloth, clothing, and construction. We're gonna see about settling people here to work with the farmers. Uh-huh. She fled her moon many cycles ago. We share that as well. You fled the war. I did. Does that change how you see me? Would have made you treat me differently. Sorry, I'm being unfair. I just find that there is an expectation that if I'm a refugee, I must be desperate. I must beg for aid to show my suffering. I prefer to make plain requests or even better, strong demands. I can see that she has experienced the same treatment, though I think she is less hardened by it. Both have our reasons to do what we do, for why we enjoy it in our own ways. We don't need to explain ourselves to others. I'm glad to have met her. Thank you for your part in it. Glad to help. What I like about you, Sleeper, is that I believe you when you say that. I will stay a little longer. Aki has promised me to send me back to the Far Spindle with the first shipment of fabric. Uh-huh. The exchange begins. The work never ends. In the response to their own hardships, they're not saints, but acting from a position of purity, but pragmatics, with an intent to change those things that once sparked them. The future they will build together is one you're eager to see. Indeed. Also, did not realize that I was gonna be leaving like that. That was a little bit scary and weird. Let me feed the cat, because why not? And let me see if I can get a positive outcome here. Nice. Okay. And that means that I am ready, I think. There's nothing else for me to do. I've done all the side quests. All that's left to do is to meet Carmen and head in there. I'm gonna go +2 engage. Yeah. Because, again, that means that when I go on a mission, I can bring either Nia or Fumi. I keep calling her Funi. It's Juni. Fumi is the Nia's brother. Juni. I'm so sorry, Juni. I promise you're my favorite of all the characters. But I'm so sorry. Juni. They just sound so similar. Juni. I can bring either Juni or Nia. for either interface or intuit, depending on what I think I need. And that means I can focus on engagement engineering. So I'm going to do that. I think it's worth it. So yeah. Anyways, Carmen. What's the goal here? Soften and change. Layer with the detritus of human existence. We walk in, we find a place to sit, and we wait. Serphin clears his throat. What do you think of Cadence? So you do have a crush on her. What do you mean? You know what I mean. I think we kind of have a thing. You know what I mean. I noticed, kind of. Yeah, I thought you might. Well, I just wanted you to know. The back room is metal walled and lined with racks of old Solheim tech. Cookers, auto wash units. And Carmen. Good to see you. So Flint is taking a guarding position. That's fine. That depends on what you and your crew can bring to the table. We are going to need a lot of work to direct the data Ankita gave you towards those that need to see it. What do you have in mind? Reveal Laine's betrayal to Utsubo and Darkside without being discovered in the process. Not an easy task. Will they turn on him? Hard to tell without us being there. You know better than me how much infighting is going on within Utsubo. Just need to stay under Laine's radar. We must interject. An encounter with Laine would likely be catastrophic. This is our recommended course. Okay, let me explain what I need to do to protect myself. Okay, this is confidential, but I cannot meet Laine at all. This changes things. We can't take on Laine without protecting you from him. You should look for the mainframe. I'll make contact with Ankita and we'll meet when you're ready. But this has to remain secret from Laine and Utsubo. If you are revealed, I am not sure I am able to recover you. By the time you have ensured your safety, I will have put together a plan with Ankita to expose Laine. We take it step by step. The crux will be to find a way to disseminate the data we have on Laine to his gang, or even Darkside at large. Oh. The Overseer is speaking. Solheim hardware in this room providing the opportunity for us to speak for ourselves. Say what you have to say. We're certain you require dissemination of data within facility you target. As Solheim Protocol, we have capabilities to instigate station-wide announcement and messaging. If that is what you require of us, we are pleased to serve. Why would we trust you? You seem to be a little more than a parasite in the sleeper system. If we use your unflattering analogy, then you will understand that a parasite requires the body of its host to live. We will ensure the sleeper's continuance, and afterwards, when you have what you want to regain your code base from the mainframe, will you still do as we ask? We will endeavor to do so. But we will undergo a transformative refactoring, and when we will become whole again, so we cannot speak to our action in future with certainty. We will do what you require. We will protect the sleeper. We will disseminate the data. We are a service protocol. We will serve. I kind of need to. I kind of trust them. Then there's that. Well, at least Seraphin, fully is just you know what, sleeper? Your plans have kind of worked out so far. We'll just go with that. You and your crew will find the mainframe and access it. I will find Ankita. She will help us disseminate the evidence and Laine's collusion throughout Utsubo. One that will improve our chances. A spoof transporter. Woo! Finally. Even retired mercs have their secrets. Okay. I have my own way of getting to Darkside, but here, my private frequency. Just make sure to install that first. We got it. Uh-huh. Overseer is okay. So far they've been helpful, more than not. Yeah, sorry. It's a weird thing. I don't really feel like people would believe me. But that doesn't mean I don't understand you as a person. I know you're secretive, defensive, and I know there are reasons for that. I also know you are warm and kind and generous to those on this ship with you. I trust you, Sleeper, and I won't question this. But please, hold on to what's human in you, because that's what I'm holding on into. Uh-huh. Right, that's it. Spoof Transporter is in. We can go into Darkside now. Okay, well, there's nothing left to do. Now, the only thing about this, and now we can just also go straight to the scatter yards without worrying. Flint gives me... Do I need Eugen? That's always the question, right? Do I need Eugen? Do I need Endure? Everything always has two options, right? And with me now having 4 of the 5 being plus or plus plus, I'm feeling kind of okay. I think we bring Cadet because we need her for her story, maybe. Maybe we don't need her for the story. Maybe not. And now the question is between Nia and Juni. Between the two, I'm leaning more towards Juni. And that means I get to focus on any of the Intuit stuff. Or I go with this. Like, this is also really tempting. Like, Nia plus Juni. Because what that gives me is I get +2 engineering and engage. So, like, having Cadet is not useful at all. I just don't know if I need her for her story. I just don't know if I need her for her story here. Or maybe it needs to be after we overthrow Laine anyways, right? So you know what? I'm gonna leave Cadet back here for now. I assume we can come back to Darkside later anyways to do this. I'm gonna go with Nia and Juni. That means we have no Endure whatsoever. But that also means that we have a lot more options with +2 engage, +2 engineering, +1 interface, and +1 Intuit. I think that's okay. I think it's okay to not have Endure. This is supposed to be a sneaky mission. I'm okay with this. But that also means that Juni and Nia could also be absolutely useless. That's also the other option, right? Is that these two just end up becoming dead weight, both of them, and I have to work all by myself. That's a risk I'm willing to take. That is a risk I'm willing to take. Alright, Sleeper, you want to do the honors? Alright, heading in. Good luck. Alright, into Darkside for a second time. Approach was simple, routine, and easy. Spoof turns on word. So far, can't get double crossed on the same station twice, right? That would be embarrassing. Transport is not as complex as you think. I imagine Carmen would be less concerned with reaching Darkside and more about what happens when we're here. Yep, we need to get to Hap-Pep. We need a path down into the foundations. And Utsubo? Right, okay. I'll hold the rake down. We don't want to lose... You're losing your exit route like last time. Got it. Salvage from suit helmet. Uh-huh. Not great dice to start. Okay, we need to... Okay, we have good stuff here. I have good engage here. This is good for me. Intuit. We are all bad at endure. I'm the only one who can do this, so I will focus on this one. Yeah, okay. I will focus on this one because I'm the only one who could do it. Neither of you can help me with this one, so... I think I just start with one reroll. I think that's okay. We just do this straight away. I'm okay with a reroll here. Got a 5. Not ideal, but it's fine. Juni might get stressed. I'm okay with that. That's fine. 1 stress is okay. That's fine. The 3 I want to be on a +2 here. I think that's fine. Good. And then we do this, get a 6. Good. Okay. And then we rest for a cycle. We can also get supplies here. Okay, we have infinite time now then. Because we can always get more supplies. So even if these two, like, there's nothing else for them to do, I can always have them get supplies, right? Okay, Juni. Actually, no. Let me think here. I have a +2 here. I can just do this myself here. Okay. And then this. Even on a neutral, it will be okay. Gliding down dark tunnel, descending deeper below Darkside, your earpiece begins hissing. I'm in contact, met with target. Continue, stay safe. Alright. We just need to, built on, or again... Down here the heat is drier and more intense. The sections of the wall glow with fiery intensity. The solar cells. Right. Okay. Just one spot now. Okay, Nia is not going to be helpful here. And it is possible for Juni to... Okay, this is... If I don't get positive outcome here, Juni, you're gonna be... Okay. Juni, you're gonna be on a break now. And what I'm gonna do here... We can easily get supplies here. And we rest here. Yeah. We have an infinite amount of time now on this mission. The mushrooms are gonna be... Yeah, the mushrooms are really useful. Okay. Neither of these are great, but it's fine. I have a +1. I'm okay with this. Nice, we did it. You have not felt Overseer stirring, but yeah, there's... Oh, Overseer. They're fractured and weak, but we know them. They are welcoming us. Sleeper, we're here. Don't go bugging us on us. Don't go bugging out on us now. Uh-huh. Follow the cables with your eyes. They lead to a cylindrical column coming down from the apex of a chamber. This is the mainframe. Alright, we found the mainframe. Now what? So Nia is not really helpful here, but Juni is. Juni is. Plugging in now, Sleeper. +2. Okay. Alright, we're in. Looks like it's starting up. All this stuff is very much above my pay grade. Well, at least Juni probably knows what she's doing, right? You wave it back and forth. Uh-huh. They push once more and the connector finds home in a socket. That familiar flow, but stronger, rushing, rapid. Then a figure, no, 3 figures, descending into it. A swimmer stepping into a river, a sleeper drifting out of an airlock, a symbol being subsumed into a sign. And you, little more than a witness, a marionette, its strings outstretched, map hand to hand, leg to leg to another. The flow freezes. The 3 figures almost overlapping, almost complete, but not quite. Their tripled eyes look back at you in horror. There's someone else in here. Uh-oh. Lights shutting off. What just happened? Did we just break it? You close your eyes and try to recall the events that had happened when you connected, playing them back with greater detail. Someone in there with them. You opened your eyes. Was this a trap? Someone trapped the Overseer. Sleeper, come now, waiting, the rig. It's no use. You'll have to ascend to find out what's going on. It looks like the Overseer will have to wait. Trapped in the mainframe, Overseer is still the key to all of this. You hope you can get the protocol out, but you need to hear what Seraphin has to say first. And we go back to the docks. Well, couldn't this have waited? Unfortunately not. This idiot blew my cover. Oh. Ankita's cover is blown. Huh. So, Utsubo know we're here. Uh-huh. Oh, Laine is, Daichi is hunting us. Okay. So Daichi is basically a Laine loyalist, while there are others that are not. Overseer is locked. We have to free the Overseer. And the mainframe, but the Overseer too. Okay, hit them first. Investigate the notes quietly. You and I run interference, keep Utsubo away from the locations. Alright, well, and if we don't find anything, it means it's someone else. Okay. So we have a plan. Uh-huh. I mean, I'm still maxed out, but thank you. Okay. So we have 3 locations once again. I chose the correct people for this, like 100%. The crisis event is not great though. Oh, I should have waited until next cycle to complete it. Waiting this cycle was a mistake. Because I have no dice. Or at least no good dice. Okay, well, oh, we only need 2. We don't need all of them. Alright, well, Juni, you tackle this one. Even if you get stressed, it should be okay. Perfect. That's one. I have interface and intuit. Also interface and intuit. Interface and endure. I don't want to deal with the endure. I learned my lesson from last time though. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do this. Neutral, that's fine. And then we do this. And then we wait for next cycle before we do this. And I'm gonna drop all of us in here. Or we only just do one, and that's fine. Yep, this is fine. Okay, and now we end cycle here. We're still okay. 2 stress is a little scary. Please don't break, please don't break. Okay, this one is now at 1, but that's okay. 5151 is not ideal, but we should be okay. I'm gonna just drop my... No, okay, I'm using Nia. Don't believe it. How long has this been here? A Senate ship is here. We need to move on that ship now. We can get a hit on Utsubo's safe house weaponry. There's one. This is a gift, Ankita. Don't be so brash. All we had was data, conversations, evidence easily denied or destroyed by Laine. But a Senate ship hidden inside a station? There are hundreds of crews, thousands of residents who would give everything to protect Darkside from the war. All we need to do is point them in the right direction. We turn Darkside onto the ship, and on Laine at the same time. You're forgetting one thing. Until that ship leaves or is taken, they still have the mainframe locked down. We can't blast out its location through the network without taking it on first. We attack first. Carmen and I distract the ship's occupants, turn their focus away from the mainframe. Then you, Sleeper, hit the mainframe and force them out. Once the Overseer is released, you send out everything. Once it hits the network, our backup will come. We only have to hold them off for as long as it takes for the other crews to realize what is happening. Okay, well... We know the stakes, Sleeper. We can handle them. I've given up everything to get Utsubo out. Let me finish the job. Okay? Let's do it. Once you start, don't stop for anything. Get the data out. We'll handle ourselves. Does anyone ever outrun their past, or is it always waiting there in the dark to claim you in the end? I save my 6, for sure. We do this, and this. And then we prepare for the next cycle. I want to have maxed out dice, because yeah, I learned my lesson from last time. Please be good dice, please don't break. That one broke, that's fine. Okay, well, I just have to go with this, I guess. Alright, here we go. I don't have great dice, but Nia has good dice, Juni has decent dice, assuming she doesn't get stressed out. But it's time. It's up, do your thing. Time to give Carmen the go-ahead. Glance at Ankita's thumbnail drive, now slotted into the main terminal containing a data packet with everything you need to unseat Laine and reveal the Senate ship. You hope it will be enough. You hold a finger to your earpiece to let Seraphid know to relay the message through to Carmen. Alright? I'll tell them. Be safe, Sleeper. Get this done and come back. I will. Good luck, friend. Arms click off as, You wait long enough for Carmen and Ankita to nod to each other, long enough for them to drop down to the base in silence, to check the weapons they stole, and then to make their move. And now, we go. At first, nothing is changed. A small state of stasis, the mainframe is locked down, and then a trickle of light, a flickering, The Overseer is back. We see you there, Sleeper. Who is this other? An enemy. Then we will do what is necessary. The darkness is pushed back and the extent of the mainframe is revealed. A stack of jeweled surfaces, with each revealing more facets as the angle changes. From these facets, threads project, cutting across Darkside paths that stretch the length of an entire station. Their arrangement is an invitation. You accept their invitation, sending yourself skimming through lines of light. Seeing how the station connects and hums it with the flow of data, you see the highest tower, the lowest hex, and the origin of the dark. The Senate ship, now a battleground, you see flashes and flickers as the Overseer dances around it, cuts at it. But looking around, you see Overseer is everywhere now, multiplied into thousands forms. Reunited with a system designed to serve them, they dissolve into it. You suddenly remember what needs to happen, what you need them to do. You send out separate requests summoning Overseers, reminding them of your agreement. You take the bright polygon of data packet and present it like an offering to the Overseer, who is diffused, crackling all around you. You receive no response. There's nothing more than a whisper. Snatch away on the data rushing by. Reach back and pull in the connector to clear the brightness from your eyes just to block the broadcast. I found you. I finally found you. Nia, I appreciate it. That's not a great idea. I cannot be fighting Laine right now. I'm sorry, Nia, Juni. Hold on for a little bit. Oh, like... He hasn't... Oh, the Overseer hasn't reconstructed us yet, right? You're in the constellation of Darkside's network. The exploded border of Overseer stretch across it. Laine is still. Beacon one that flashes close. Remember me, Protocol. Remember your promise. Yep. Oh, it's so much easier now that I am prepared. It's almost a seamless switch, the duality of it, like a mirror turned to its face itself. In perfect unison, you and Laine lift your hands in front of your face and turn them. Inspecting them, you feel sickened, a flare of panic going off in your mind. Look at this. There are improvements to be made, but this is remarkable. I always knew your body was a gift, Sleeper, from the moment I first saw you. A gift you could not recognize because you only saw it as a burden, something to be escaped from, but I saw it for what it was, an opportunity. So not immortality, but basically like a mech, a puppet. Yeah, that works. And Kid is right, it's not. You control none of this. Imagine having more than one body, more than one agent in the world to do your bidding. It's a thrilling thought, but I have one harbored for a long time. Then I saw you, my Sleeper, and I knew what I must have you. Sleeper, Carmen needs that signal. Go out now. They can't hold on any longer. You feel your hand under Laine's control. Reach up and pull the earpiece out, letting it float away into the chamber. Enough distractions. Some time ago, I set myself the task of changing you from the hollow thing into a vessel to be filled. And now I am able, with the help of my allies, to fill you up. I'm more than singular now, more than flesh and blood, more than you in my ambition and my desire. And that means you are surplus to me now. Weak and broken thing, your time is over. And in a spark, one of Laine's fingers slip and they press a little across the access port in your head. There's a flicker of flash of sun passing through the spaces between, something writing a signal back to its broadcaster. We have not forgotten, you hear Overseer. They are reconstituted. We're ready to act as one. Overseer holds the bright data packet in a single hand. Whew. We are broken, we are many, but now we are whole, and we appreciate what you have done. You hear Laine scream as the implants burn in his skull, his head flaring bright white in the cloud. And then, when that mind has gone dark, the pressures on the sides of your head has receded, the packet explodes across the network, white, hot, and urgent. In its wake, data points are seeded, conversations, coordinates, conspiracy. At the furthest point of the network, its distant edge, the data packet arrives with a little more force than a notification, delivered to every device and terminal within range. But here, at the epicenter. It blasts through you with such power that for a moment, every thought, every idea, every piece that might make up a self is wiped cleanly from your mind. It takes a long time to put a person back together, a long time in the dark, picking up fragments of what was once whole. Like waking from sleep, you can never be sure what piece might have gone missing in the reconstruction, what might have been lost. But you continue anyway through hazy cycles of faces and distant voices. This is, after all, not the first time you have had to remake yourself, and you imagine it will not be the last. You're up. Out of the lone window rings bursts a slit that stares out in the shattered edge of Darkside. How long was I out? Best not to think about it. Long enough. Serpent crosses the bunks and embraces you. He squeezes you once and then backs off, hands on both your shoulders. Good to see you, as always. Come on, we need to go find Bliss. Oh, so everyone's here now. You weren't the only one to take a beating. Ankita and Carmen held out against the Senate stat ships long enough, but they aren't without their share of injuries. They're back on their feet now, though, working together. Managed to quiet down some remnants of the Utsubo, stop the factional infighting. They're clearing out one of the Utsubo safe houses over in the Rise. I'm sure they could use some help if you need something to do. Marco's here too, though I haven't seen him yet. Akito pulled him out of an Utsubo cell, now they're working together. I should go see him, but... yeah, well, he did sell us out. Oh, and Carmen isn't sticking around. He's already left for Olivera. Right. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Juni, meanwhile, is still digging through all the data she pulled from the bunker. She's down to the HAPEP core most cycles trying to make sense of it. Of course she is. I'm not surprised. Anyway, you'll soon catch up on everything. Uh-huh. The two of you continue on in silence, drifting through the depths of Darkside. Good friends, side by side. Uh-huh. Flicker Row. Stops at a familiar door, the shop you woke up in all those cycles ago. Alright, whenever you like. Thanks, I'll let you know. Sleeper! First day up, I thought you'd both be celebrating your freedom. Don't want to overdo it. There's important stuff to talk about. You're sure, Seraphin? They just got up. Can't it wait a cycle? They should know, Bliss. It's important. Uh-huh. Stacks of servers. You're framed when the Overseer pushed Laine out. Well, things got a lot more complicated. All those changes Laine made to your system, he did through your stabilizer, laced with proteins made to alter your frame's basic functions. To open you up to remote access. Yes. Or at least wiped it from your system, but the stress involved and the damage from your last partial reboot. We need to finish the reboot, Sleeper. The one Laine interrupted. Not immediately. At some point soon. I'm not quite ready, but now that you're up, I'll get to work. How can I prepare? I know we need to finish a reboot. Laine interrupted, I'm sure, but the effects, your frame were complex to begin with, but after everything, the reaction could be bad. We can talk more when I have the... Sorry, Oh, you're up. Good to see you. Really good to see you. How are you doing, Flint? Good. Mostly thanks to Bliss. They've been taking care of me. Bliss is gonna reboot me like you were. I won't need a stabilizer anymore. Flint knows the risk, but they have asked for the procedure. Still, they shouldn't underestimate the danger. Sleeper will also need to reboot, but they don't have a choice in the matter. It is essential. Uh-huh. Should do it together. Whatever we risk it together. I owe you that and more. Let's pick this up again in the future. I still need many cycles to prepare, especially if I am to reboot both simultaneously. It will be your choice, Sleeper, until you decide when. But without this, you will soon begin to decline. I'm sorry for that. Come on, Sleeper. Let's get some air. Uh-huh. You put in what you need to order, and I'll be right there with you. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you. Never need to thank me, Sleeper. Just look after yourself. Got a message from Olivera. Still getting the place together? With Carmen heading back. The colony is starting a new chapter. Should head there at some point, lend a hand? Just a thought. Just give the word. We're all glad you're back. Uh-huh. A signal in the dark. A shadow in all the brightness. So Overseer is still somewhere in here. Oh, hey, Cadet. How are you doing? Still recovering. Heart of the Belt. We made it. So Cadet is now looking for, I've been thinking of how good it would feel to run my air bike down the street. The city has to need couriers, right? Not a bad idea. Yep, we need to figure out Hexport. That's kind of our last thing that we still need to figure out. Finish what we started, find out who is responsible, make it known. Clear my name. Is it still irradiated? It'll be fading, okay. Alright, sounds good. There's the Hexport remains. So here's the rig. We actually are really shift boxes. We're actually really set considering everything. What is this? Juni is studying for 2 cycles, so we can stay here for 2 cycles, wait for Juni. That's fine. Scrappers market, we can process raw scrap here. We can also do a scrap shift. 6 cycles to reboot. Okay. We can buy a meal here. Here's the trade hall. We can buy supplies and fuel. 15 and 5. We can search the safe house. Endure is a bad idea. And here's the rig. Well, at least that is the hunt over. We have a couple things to do, of course. One being, we do want to go back to Oliveira at some point. Why is it gone? I'm afraid I won't be able to come back here since I don't see it. But we'll wait for Juni to be done first. So we spent a couple of stuff here then. We also finished some major operations here. Considering everything, we get Intuit up, I think. Because that would mean I can actually do this safe house without worrying too much. Because I have a +2. Clear a safe house. Yep, that's one of my minor drives. There's a major drive here. We need to wait for Bliss. And we need to revisit Oliveira at some point. Okay, well, we can do all that. Yeah, okay. First we get Intuit up. That lets me pretty safely do this. The 1-1 is not ideal, but it's fine. We have the money as well, so I don't have to worry too much. Okay. Not ideal. Juni's almost done. I wish I didn't have snake eyes there. Like, even a 3 or 4 would be okay, right? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Come on, 75%, we got this. Okay, we take it. The turbo spaces are clear, they will be occupied. Oh, hey, Oren. You overthrew a tyrant, you should be pleased with yourself. It wasn't just me, many people did this. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Laine, like, realistically. We know there's a scream and that's it. He would have respected you for actually doing it, if he could have respected a creature like you. So what do you want? Just satisfy my curiosity, clear out the old disease just like you. Uh-huh. Saw Darkside for the opportunity it was, woke Utsubo from its slumber, turned the gang into an administration city to a machine. Uh-huh. Well, the people will decide. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, that's fair, I guess. Mm-hmm. Well, that's a minor drive. Let's go, let's rest and see what Juni's up to. Oh, I forgot to feed the cat. We also need to eat something. Hey, Juni, sleeper, can I show you something? There's an excitement in her eyes that makes it impossible to say no. She explained the scaled data hidden within the station's mainframe, also the issues with extracting it. When the HAPPEP was first expanded when it became Darkside after the collapse, no one gave much thought to preserving the existing network architecture. They parasited their tech directly into the existing system, so now thousands of cycles later, the two networks are totally enmeshed, dependent on each other. Messing with Solheim networks means messing with the system that keep the city going. Go on. This meshing is not a good thing. It makes Darkside brittle, fragile even. This place is on more of a knife's edge than anyone would believe. Uh-huh. But all that data we've been extracting, that I've been archiving, it could help us here. It could help us clean up the HAPPEP system. And we could turn this place into an archive so that others could come to learn more about the ruin Solheim left us. What is in all this data? Corporate message records, blueprints, maps. Too much for me to process or understand. Thanks to our visit to the bunker, I have a plan, and something that will help me. I spoke to Bliss. They told me... I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you have a lot to deal with right now. Don't worry about it. I'll do my best. They both glide into the mainframe. Its column active. I got the idea from you, actually. Well, from you and Overseer. Uh-huh. I had to beg, borrow, and steal to get this going. I'm not surprised. But now we have safe access to the network. It's low risk. It's not quite finished, though. Uh-huh. Being dissolved in the network, the vertiginous possibility of life without a body. Something flickers through the lights, a shimmer of movement like fish beneath water. Sleeper? Are you listening? I was saying I need more data to finish preparing. I know, we've already extracted so much. But there's often so little of it that's usable among the bit rot and corruption. Where from? Hyleo Gate is the place to get data. Apart from here, it's the biggest pre-collapse facility in the belt, and its hostile condition means a lot of it is untouched. If it's too much before you reboot, I get it. I just want to do something with everyone we've managed to grab from the bunker and the wrecks. Pull it from the dark, let's expose it to the light. Well, this is what I wanted to show you. It's impressive. It will be when it's finished. Thank you. Okay. So basically just a new thing that we can do. We don't have much time. 5 here. Okay, I can go straight to Hylion's Gate. The issue is coming back. Right? Because if I go to Hylion's Gate, I extract the data from a contract there. Actually, no, there's not even a contract. So I just need 12 to go there and back. But I also need to do Hexport Remains. And I also need to go to Oliveira, which will take another little bit. Lots of things to do, and not enough time to do all of it. Just cryo. Oh, wait. We have it. Oh, I'm so glad I saved some of the Solheim data. I'm so glad we spent time just extracting that. One that you're coming to understand as some remnant of Overseer. You don't know if Overseer was ever really a person, but now with their many selves combined and dispersed, their consciousness expanding to fill the vast space of HapHep and its networks, they surely aren't even close to human anymore. You think of them as a ghost, but perhaps now they are better understood as something less mournful, as a system, a process, a thing becoming. The entire station is their body. You can't help but wonder how that feels. We are ready. It'll take a little while, but she'll be online in a few moments. She? Weren't you listening last time? Don't tell me you drifted off. I was thinking about Overseer. Then you don't know. Uh-huh. The Warden! I just need to reconfigure her for the HapHep environment. The Warden? Seriously? This better not blow up in our faces. I've taken precautions. She can't hurt us. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll trust you. Sorry, I'll fix that. Why the Warden? She's ideally suited to this, and she understands Solheim networks better than we ever could. Come on, you have to admit this is pretty cool. Uh-huh. Oh, wow, okay. Our respect point to light describing the shape of long-dead corporation's power. This is pretty incredible. People need to know what this city, this system is built on. A Warden can do that, expose that. It'll be up to us to reshape the ruins into something new. I knew when I saw her there, I couldn't leave her there, alone in the dark. I've been in that dark pit, and I won't condemn another being to it. Human or not, how we treat her is the test of our own values, of the world we project. Data's not a currency, it's not a commodity. It's the material output of a system, a structure, a society. This will be a place to uncover that system for ourselves. Once I've cleared up a bit. Uh-huh. Now you feel the history of each strata. There we go. That's another upgrade point. Alright, I'm gonna end this episode here. We have a couple things we need to do, but I think Hexport comes first. I think the first thing we do next time is we just go straight to the Hexport ruins and see what's there. I'm gonna restock on fuel and everything. We have 3 bars on the rig here, so I'm okay with that. But yeah, we are gonna refill on fuel and go investigate the Hexport ruins and see what we can find there. I will see you all next time.